So earlier this week, Hell Let Loose let us try a brand new game mode called Skirmish through the PTE servers. And as far as I know, it's always been just warfare and offensive. So this will really be like the first new game mode for Hell Let Loose. So to describe this game mode, this is what Team 17 says. Skirmish is a gateway experience for new players of Hell Let Loose. This game mode allows players to get straight into the action and experience some of the core mechanics of Hell Let Loose with fewer moving parts. This is a quicker 50 versus 50 experience for some of our core audience who want to hop in for a few games and immerse themselves in the battle immediately. Players will still need to use tactics, strategy, and core tenets of success. Communication and teamwork will bolster your chances of gaining victory. And how the game mode actually works, they say both teams start with control over their half of the map, while the middle sector is neutral with a single capture point. Both teams must fight, attacking, and then defending this single capture point. Only the middle sector of the map and the single capture point can change hands. The team that controls the capture point at the end of the game is declared the winner. So basically, this is like seeding rules for the most part put in effect in the game. Because on top of this, you can't go into the enemy HQ sector. That will be like an out of bounds kind of area. And the maps in general are smaller. The two maps that were available in the PT were Foy and Kahrkov. Foy having the town of Foy as that middle point, and Kahrkov having St. Mary as that middle point. The match duration itself was 40 minutes with a 3-minute warm-up. Honestly, this flew by, but I would like to see it even decrease down to 30, because the whole point of this is to really just get some quick battles, get in and out, get that taste of Hell Let Loose. I say knock it down to 30, and I think you'll be in a really good spot with that. And as far as actual roles and gameplay, there's only one armor crew per a team, and medium tanks are the only tanks that can be spawned in, and there's only one recon squad per a team. So recon is actually a lot of fun during this because you don't really have to worry about artillery because there is none. So you get to do recon things. You get to go take down garrisons, you get to actually go snipe people instead of having to go babysit HQ spawn. And as far as the tank crew goes, one is enough for this. It's really cool just having medium tanks on the map. Also, instead of garrisons, there is now something called a forward position. Honestly, this is basically a garrison with a couple changes. With the smaller map, these forward positions now have a distance of 140 meters apart instead of 200 like the normal garrisons. These forward positions cannot be blocked in the red zone. So if you were like building a garrison in Warfare Offensive in the red, and enemy was within 100 meters, it would get blocked. In Skirmish with the forward positions, they do not get blocked. And there's kind of a couple weird things here. For some reason, you have a 2-minute cooldown on building these, which is really dumb. I'm really hoping they take that out. There should never be a cooldown on building spawn points in this game. I don't want to make it harder to build places to spawn in this game. You already see not enough people doing that. If we make extra steps in there to make it more complicated, it will only get worse. And also, on the map, these forward positions now show the radius around them of where you can build the next one. And that's a good idea in theory, but oh man, does the map feel cluttered. I was having trouble finding my dot on the screen with all these yellow circles everywhere. So they need to do something about that. Either get rid of it, make it more transparent, or something, because it really clutters the map and it does not make it easy to navigate. But as far as my honest opinion about this game mode, I went into this with pretty low expectations, thinking it would just be another way to seed a server, but I actually came out of it pleasantly surprised. I found it to be super fast-paced. Those forward positions were constantly going down and had to constantly be put up. Point felt like it was constantly contested, and enemies were everywhere. It really is a lot of core elements in Hell Let Loose sped up. The PTE server I was playing in only got to be about 40-ish, 50-ish people, so it's really hard to come to a conclusion of how this is actually going to play when it's full of 100, but it's going to be pure chaos. Because seeing how ridiculous this was with just a small amount of people, this is going to be absolutely nuts with 100 players. But yeah, I think this mode has a lot of potential. It's honestly really fun playing without heavy tanks, playing without artillery. It really does still feel like Hell Let Loose, but on a different scale and really at a different pace. However, I don't think this mode will be a replacement for Warfare or Offensive, and it will definitely be the least popular of the three. And this is because there are currently no specific maps designed for this. You could tell while playing on Foy and Kahrkov, these maps were not designed for this mode. Wall points like Foy and St. Mary are fun to fight over. It's very obvious that this mode would be significantly better if it had maps specifically designed for it. So if the devs can cook up some good maps specifically for Skirmish, I think it has a lot of potential. It could get a real following. But right now, if it's just designed around the current maps, I think worst case scenario, it'll be used for seeding. It'll be used for matches later at night to keep servers alive, which is totally fine. We'll never be forced to play this mode if we don't want to. But I do think there is a purpose for this mode. And I do think there's a lot of potential here to make it a mainstay if we get specific maps designed for it, and if they look at things like forward position cooldown and tidy up some of these other smaller aspects. But the core gameplay they have going for here, actually pretty fun. I'm just going to say it. It was a lot of fun. And I think it's going to be fucking crazy when you get 50 versus 50 on there. But we'll have to wait and see when this mode launches, as the PTE can't, unfortunately, get full enough. But yeah, that's basically it for Skirmish. I did notice a couple other things in the PTE. Some guns had different sounds. When you were firing, some, like the MP40 sounded totally different to me. I don't know if I'm just making that up in my head, but also some of the gunshots and sounds around and in buildings sounded different. And then also, I don't know if it's just for Skirmish mode, but there were some differences in the maps on Foy and Kahrkov. There were just assets that had slight changes to it around the points. So I don't know what's going on with that. And also the Kahrkov map they used for the PTE felt like the Kahrkov map when they first launched it. There was a lot of walls and trees you cannot drive trucks through or tanks through or anything, which was very frustrating. So that was very strange to me. So hopefully that is not the case when this launches. But yeah, bottom line, I went into this with low expectations. I came out pleasantly surprised. I think there is potential here. We'll have to wait and see. If you did get a chance to try Skirmish on the PTE servers, let me know what you thought down in the comments. Even if you didn't try it, let me know your thoughts in general about this game mode. Will you play it? What do you think of it? What can be improved? I always like reading that stuff. But thank you for watching. Thank you for everything you do. I'll see you dudes on the front line.